the front, and then she's going to come back and we're going to see what she has beneath. If I can ask our tiring ladies to step forward, please. Yes, it's your turn now, gents. The ladies have had their treat. This lady here wears definitely a court gown. You can tell because it has a train. No practical person would want a train on their gown. She has a French hood, very typical of the period, the late 1530s and into the 1540s. The gown is made of silk velvet, expensively dyed in this rich crimson colour. And the turnbacks on the sleeves, you can see, again, they are silk velvet, and the four sleeves beneath are silk. So I think without much further ado, we shall start removing items of clothing. This girdle, again, is in silk. The tassels on the end are worked by hand. And the placket here at the front, if you just turn to the side, you might be able to see it's simply fastened with pins. And if you look at the Holbein portrait of Jane Seymour, you can very clearly see that the side is fastened with pins. You can see lots of little gold pins down the side. So if you'd like to remove those, and then we can see what lies beneath. Not looking quite so glamorous now, is it? The secrets are hidden. But this is still silk. Still silk beneath there, but it would be not a wise thing to put velvet underneath it because it would just add to the bulk, and the idea is to have a nice, straight, flat outline. Now this gown front is laced. Again, she's a perfectly decent lady, and she is straight-laced. I believe that. Just pull that. Right, if you'd like to start undoing that. The ladies can help you. You don't need to do it yourself, you see. You have assistance. While we're doing that, could you just turn around for us so we can see the gown from the back? That's it. I wish portraits could do this, don't you? Just like to see these details from the back, please. You can see here that the back of the gown, yes, it's trained. You can see it's lined in silk as well. But these pleats are very large cartridge pleats, which are held on with a few stitches at the base of the bodice, and the rest of it is left to hang quite naturally, and because the weight of the velvet will pull it down, and it forms these quite attractive pleats. If you'd like to turn around again, please. Yes, there are pins in the shoulders as well. That stops because of the weight of the sleeves, it will drag them off the shoulders because you have so much excess material here. So you need to pin them to the kirtle that lies beneath. Now before we can remove that completely, we need to undo the four sleeves. Now these, again, as I mentioned before, these are simply tied in and they can be removed and interchanged for something different. If you wore this particular gown over a different coloured kirtle and had four sleeves to match, then you can change the look completely. Oop. Right, now the gown is ready to remove. You can imagine how long it took a lady to get dressed and why she needed servants, particularly somebody of this social standing. You would have servants to help you. You'll notice in lower classes, many of the kirtles are laced at the front, that's so you can do it yourself. You only really find higher classed outfits, you start to get the lacings at the back, which was really a sign of you needing some help to be able to do it. So here we are. That's it, just pull your veil out of the way. Takes a little bit of time to do these things, but while we're waiting for that, yes, you can see here we are, the kirtle, not a simple linen or wool kirtle, but made of silk. And this one is lined with linen, and we will see in a moment what lies beneath that. We've got some red peeking out here. Now this is the petticoat, and it was red for a reason. The Tudors believed, and it's also dates from the medieval period as well, that red was a health-giving colour, and it would provide benefits to your person if you wore red as close to your skin, not as close as a ship, but certainly about your person. And that filtered through all strata of society as well. We're almost there. They're tricky little things, you see, these aiglets. All the eyelets are handwork. Then you can see the front of this kirtle now. It's quite stiff. It's not boned with whalebone. That didn't become popular until a little bit later, but it's stiffened with canvas and willow bents, flexible wood, green willow, so a little bit of flexibility but a little bit of stiffness, and that was essential to support the bust. No concept of bras at this particular period in time, so kirtles were cut in almost a triangular shape to provide some support around the waist, and so the bust really couldn't go anywhere else apart from sit in the appropriate place. But underneath here we have the petticoat, and it's cut in this way, so again it doesn't add bulk to the front. If you'd like to just turn around. There we are, and back again. And we can undo this. Very, very simply tied at the front. Again, a couple of eyelets. And this just simply slips off the shoulders. That's it. And yes, on her legs, she has some silk knitted stockings held up with garters and some very fine shoes indeed. And I'm standing on that, that's it. And next to the skin is the shift to keep her decent. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it.